Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Fox Reacts. Today we're checking out a new vid from Pika Magic of turning the DIGIDESTINED of Season 02 into gym leaders. Featuring Con EX. So let's hop in and see just which Digimon are turned into what kind of pocket monsters. Almost said pocket. That's not at all how you say it.
We did it before and let's do it again. Let's take the DigiDestined from Digimon Adventure 02 and turn them into gym leaders.
Oh yeah. Who's ready? Let's see who's
Hey everyone, Brandon here. So you guys loved Karna and I's last video where we gave the DigiDestined gym leader teams and wanted more, so here we are. But I can't help but feel like something's missing. Oh yeah.
Ah, there he is.
Huh? Oh, this again! You have got to stop summoning me through portals.
Hey Karn, want to do this whole gym leader thing again?
Well, I was about to head to my Arukenimon support group, Arukenimon Anonymous.
Wait,
you think you could take this one on your own?
Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Awesome, and I will be giving the Johto gym leaders Digimon partners over on my channel, and next time we'll do it together.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Well, have fun.
Must have been both just a little busy at this point.
Well, I guess we're riding solo today. But make sure to go check out Karn's video over on his channel. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with future videos on this channel.
Well, let's
go in Karn and I's last video, a ton of you guys had made suggestions for the teams we had picked for the original DigiDestined. Some were great, others not so much. One quick clarification. These teams were picked by type. Not just because a Pokemon looked similar to a Digimon, though that is a consideration when picking these teams. Pokemon gym leaders, for the most part, stick to the type they specialize in. So we place that restriction on these teams as well. So no Matt with a Lycanroc or TK with a Togekiss. That will continue to be how we pick these teams going forward. But before we get to the 02 teams, I'm actually going to go back and adjust those original teams, based on some of your suggestions. In some Pokemon games, you can have a rematch with the gym leaders, so just kind of imagine these as their rematch teams. So one of the things that was suggested in the comments was giving these teams a fourth member. So each of these teams and the 02 ones will have 4 Pokemon instead of 3. So for Tai, we're just going to add Turtonator as a visual reference to Wargreymon and the shield on its back. And the fact that it is a dragon to reference the reptilian nature of the entire Agumon line. For Izzy, we're adding Scizor as a reference to Mega Kabuterimon. Also, its Mega could work as another reference to Tyrant Kabuterimon. For Mimi, a lot of you guys said Lilligant or Hisuian Lilligant. So the thing here is, Hisuian Lilligant wasn't really a well-known Pokemon when we filmed this video, and on top of that, when we posted the video, it could be considered spoilery for some, but either would work as a great fourth member for Mimi's team. For Sora, we are adding Pidgeot. Generally, it just fits the vibe of her team, and Mega Pidgeot could also work as a reference to Ho-Homon. For a little extra spice, we're going to change Sora's Braviary to a Hisuian Braviary because the flames on its head match Birdramon. For Joe, Dugong and Lapras everywhere! Y'all were really passionate about Joe. But the thing is, Dugong and Lapras are both water and ice type. We already had Walrein on the team, so a team of 3 with 2 of them being water and ice type isn't very diverse, don't you think? And before you say it, yes, Lance has had 2 Dragonair and a Dragonite, and even 3 Dragonite on his team at some points. But don't you see how that's a little bit boring? Regardless of that, Joe's 4th Pokemon will be Lapras, as a reference to Plesiomon, an alternate evolution to Vikemon. Also, you know, I like Lapras, kinda cute. For TK and Kari, I'll explain later in the video, as they were a part of the 02 DigiDestined. Finally, Matt. Matt. Y'all had some strong opinions on Matt. Dark, Steel, Fighting, Rock, any other type but the one we picked. And even the type we did pick, you guys had some strong opinions on. I get it. Manectric and Boltund are electric dogs. You know what else? They don't look anything like Garurumon in comparison to Luxray. I mean, seriously, slap a dog snout on Luxray and then boom, Black Garurumon. We wanted a strong visual reference to Garurumon, which won over just having an electric dog. Manectric and Boltund just weren't strong enough references for a team of 3. But for a team of 4, we could definitely add Manectric. And we're going to switch out Substrika for Jolteon, because I feel it's a stronger electric dog reference than Boltund.
Also, we're going to make Toxtricity low-key form, because Matt plays the bass, not the electric guitar. Dum-dum, Brandon.
So now we've arrived at the 02 teams. Many of you wanted to see these guys as the Elite Four. But for the sake of creativity and
Cool.
getting to reuse types, I'm gonna make these guys into gym leaders as well. Think of it as a Kanto Johto kind of thing. The 0-2
Yeah, I can
kids
see
had
that.
a wealth of options when it came to picking their teams. So
Okay.
while keeping it at a team of 4, I will talk about some alternate team picks that could be swapped in. So to
Alright,
start
well,
us
let's
off
talk.
is Cody, who will be a ground type gym leader. His
Alright,
team would start
cool,
with Sand
cool.
Slash, which is of course a reference to Armadillomon.
Armadillomon.
Just visually and
Nice.
conceptually, these two are the closest equivalent to each other, especially Sand Slash's pre-evolution, Sandshrew. Next would be Claydol, Shakumon, you get it.
Obvious.
After that
Moving
would be
on.
Swampert. This is the closest thing I could get to a Submarimon reference. A water and
Alright.
ground type pretty much sums up Submarimon. An armadillo that turns into a submarine. Mega
Yeah.
Swampert helps this a bit, as it is more similar visually with the little whiskers on the side looking like
Yes.
Submarimon's ear things. And these
Fins,
little spots looking
whatever.
like Submarimon's mouth thing. Torterra could also work
alright.
here instead as a reference to Ankylomon, given the
yeah.
visual similarities, and they are both based on
Ankylomon.
Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus? I don't know
Ooh.
which one. You tell me, paleontology community. Anyway, his ace would be Excadrill, which is a reference to Armadillomon's Digi-Egg of Knowledge evolution,
Cool.
Digmon. Both are drill-based and have drills on their
drill
face
of
and arms.
knowledge.
Simone is quaking. Also, I could have gone with Diglett here
Simone
just
is
for the
totally
pun,
hyped.
or even Rhyperior, but Excadrill just fits better in my
It
opinion.
does.
Next
It does.
up is Yoli, and she would obviously be flying type. The Hawkmon line is
Obviously.
essentially Biomon 2.0, even to the point where they
Yeah.
share evolutions. Like,
Yeah.
Biomon can evolve into Aquilomon, and Ankylomon into Garudamon. So, kind of hard to avoid repeating the type and some Pokemon
Yeah.
here. Starting Yoli's
So,
team would be
downside.
Xatu, a reference to Hawkmon and Aquilomon's Native American influences in their
Okay.
design.
Love it.
Next up would be Braviary, which is actually an even better parallel to Aquilomon than it is
Loved
to
even more.
Garudamon. Though, in this team, it could also act as a reference to the fact
Alright.
Aquilomon can evolve into Garudamon. After that would be Delibird. This is purely based on design and coloration. I mean, look at Delibird next to
Okay.
Aquilomon and Halcymon. That coloration
That
is
makes
very similar. And you could even stretch that Halcymon is the Digi-Egg of Love evolution, and Delibird gives gifts which spread love and good cheer.
Alright, yeah,
Maybe.
it's a stretch, but it
Kinda.
surprisingly
Yoli's
well.
ace would be Decidueye.
Love
Wait,
it,
hold
love
up. That's not a flying type. Yes, I know.
spelled as a
But for
flying
this
type.
specific case, I made an exception only because Decidueye evolves from a line of flying types.
See? What did
And
I
has
just
access
say?
to a lot of flying type moves because
Really
of that.
spelled as
Also,
one.
it's still a bird Pokemon, so Decidueye is
Yeah.
a dual reference to the Hawkmon line, as well as Hawkmon's Digi-Egg of Sincerity
yes.
evolution, Shurimon. Which
Love-
works even further given the existence of Hisuian Decidueye that
Love it
also
even
has
more.
those Japanese influences like Shurimon. Ninjas could have
Nice.
also worked here as a Shurimon reference, but it kind of just doesn't go along with the whole bird theme we have for
Yeah.
Yoli.
Kinda
Now
doesn't.
let's
It
talk about
is
TK and
insect.
Kari. For TK,
Alright.
I made a couple adjustments. One, getting rid of Claydol and instead giving it to
Aw.
Cody, and then adding Espeon in its place as another
Alright.
way to mirror Kari with her Sylveon. I also added Swoobat to his team as a
yeah.
reference to Patamon's Digi-Egg of Love evolution, Pippismon. For Kari,
Pippis.
as many suggested, I took out
Pippis,
Mimikyu
Pippis,
and
Pippis,
replaced it with Wigglytuff, which acts as a visual
Sorry.
homage to Gatomon's Digi-Egg of Friendship evolution, Rabbitmon.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
look at
added
that
a Mon
thing.
that was suggested a lot for TK, with that Mon being Togekiss. Togekiss
yes.
would also work for Kari as a reference to the angelic nature of Gatomon's evolutions,
Nice.
and as a reference to Sylphimon and its evolution, Valkyrimon.
Nice.
Next up would be Ken, which is another one where a repeat type is
just
just a
realized, he
must.
hasn't done
There really
Davis
isn't a
yet.
way you could slice it where bug type doesn't make the most sense for Ken. So with that in mind, Ken would start with Beedrill. Weedle
Love
and
it.
Beedrill share visual similarities with Wormmon and Stingmon, and Stingmon's
it.
non-fusion evolution is Jewel Beemon. Also, Tiger Vespamon can be found in Wormmon's evolutionary tree, which is like if you took
Cool.
Beedrill and then turned it into sick Monster Hunter armor. Next on
Alright,
Ken's
cool.
team
Yeah, I
would
like
be
that.
Durant.
I like that.
This
really.
reflects Wormmon's Digi-Egg of Knowledge evolution, Searchmon,
Searchmon.
which shares a similar design aesthetic with Durant.
Okay.
After that would be Volcarona. This is a reference to yet another
why not?
Digi-Egg evolution of Wormmon,
Look at that.
Shadramon, which,
That's kinda
if it wasn't
cool.
clear,
It's a
comes from the
flaming
Digi-Egg of
bee.
Courage. Ken's ace would of course be Yanmega.
Yo,
There is no
Mega.
better Stingmon reference than this guy right here.
Oh, yeah.
Same coloration,
Completely.
same terrifyingly huge insect vibe.
We got an ad, and we're back.
Now for the gogglehead of the season, Davis,
Davis.
who would be a
It's
dragon-type
about
gym
time.
leader. I feel Dragon fits
Obviously.
Davis better than it does Tai, because the
Yeah.
Vmon line is more of a general dragon
Look at that.
Digimon, with access to both the Digi-Eggs of Courage and Friendship, and the
And
Agumon
miracles.
line is more fire-themed. I will say, Davis would probably have to be the last gym leader, just because his team is packed with strong Pokemon. So starting
makes
off
sense.
Davis's team would be Flygon. This refers to Davis's
okay.
relationship with Ken and their Digimon.
look.
Also, an
Cute
alternate
little
fusion
things.
for Xvmon and Stingmon is Dino Beamon, which kind of matches Flygon visually.
Oh, yeah, it
And
kind of does,
Flygon
really.
has goggles, just like Davis. Next on his
Okay.
team would be Turtonator. This refers to Flamedramon. You know, the dragon with flames all over it. And
Alright.
now with Turtonator also on Ty's team, it acts as an homage to Ty passing down the
Oh,
torch to
yeah.
Davis as the team leader. I wanted
Passing
to
on
have
the
a
goggles
reference to
and all, I
Rydramon
remember
here
that.
too, but the only non-legendary electric and dragon type is Dracozolt, and yeah,
Nah.
not exactly the same vibe.
Skip
After
it.
Turtonator, Davis would have Duraludon, which is to
Ooh.
match Magnamon, Veemon's Digi-Egg of
Nice.
Miracles evolution. They both have that same kind of
actually
blocky
really cool.
armor aesthetic to them, even though Duraludon isn't gold.
All that
David's
gold
ace would be
gold.
Salamence. The entire
Huh.
Salamence line works as a
Oh,
parallel to the
yeah.
Veemon
Look
line
at that.
super well. Especially when comparing Salamence to Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. But
It all
wait,
just
Brandon,
makes
that's
sense.
only 6 gym leaders. There needs to be 8. Well, for this one, we're gonna have to head to the movies. Specifically,
Oh,
Digimon
yeah.
the movie and Digimon Adventure Try,
I haven't watched Try yet.
in which we'll be using Angela Anaconda. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey guys, hold on. I gotta do something real quick. And I'm back.
We'll be using Willis and May. Willis would be
Yeah,
normal
alright.
type. His team would begin with Lopunny,
Nice.
which refers to his former partner Digimon Kokomon, which traditionally can evolve into Lopmon and several other rabbit-like Digimon.
I
In
mean,
that
it's
same vein,
all
we have
rabbit.
Diggersby, which can also be seen as a reference to Gargomon. After that would
Okay.
be Obstagoon. This reflects the evil side of Kokomon's
yeah.
evolutions like Wendigomon, and the evil versions of Antilamon and Cherubimon. Willis's
Okay.
ace would be Audino, which is a reference to the good Antilamon, and Mega Audino is a perfect parallel to the good version of Cherubimon, and
Cherubimon
could also be
loves
seen
you.
as a reference to the Digi-Egg of Destiny version of Rapidmon.
Okay.
May would be a Dark-type gym leader. Her
Alright.
team would begin with
That could be kinda
Morpeko,
cool.
which alludes to Mekumon and its tendency to switch between good and evil. Next would be
yeah.
Absol, which I feel generally
need to
fits
watch
the whole
Pokemon
Harbinger
Try.
of Tragedy
It's on my
vibe of the Mekumon line. Also, Mega Absol would work as a
Holy
great reference to our Dynamon. After that would be Incineroar,
crazy.
which is a fierce dark cat Pokemon, like Maycrackmon or Racielmon.
Nice.
And May's ace would be
Like
Grimmsnarl. This is a reference to Racielmon, but it is mostly a reference to
consider Mouse like
Ordinmon,
Guilmon.
with both of their
Holy.
designs featuring hair prominently. With G-Max Grimmsnarl having a very similar World Ender,
Oh, that's
Dark
beautiful.
Angel kind of energy, like Ordinmon. But those are my picks for if the 02 DigiDestined were gym leaders. Let me know what you think in the comments
That was all
below,
kinda
and maybe
really
what you
cool.
would have done differently. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with future videos. And with that, I will see you guys next time.
Oh, and it's really the end. Last video on Khan's channel. Oh, alright, fine. Some blue balls.
Soup! Cool. Soup!
Soup. Alright, well, that's just funny. Anyway, that's what we're going to leave off today's video. So, I want y'all to remember, like he said, to like, comment, subscribe for more. And down in the description will be a link to the original video. So, remember to support the original creator and all they do. And I'll see all of you folks next time. So, have a good one.